Hello, everybody. Welcome to the United Front. This is your Manchester United transfer news. As Barcelona are looking to move for Rashford, but only on loan. Only on loan. Garnacho wanted to stay in the Premier League. And Mbeumo, could that week be done? Could it be finally over for about 2 months of wait? And United looking at a certain sporting star in Inacio. Welcome to the United Front. So yeah, let's get to it. So we just want to start with Rashford here. So obviously Rashford obviously wants to play for Barcelona. I don't think he'd want to join any other club unless, if some other team comes for him. I think he probably wouldn't take his pay cut unless it's Barcelona. I think a team like Barcelona, where it's just like it's the statue of the club being obviously historic and whatever, but a club in huge debt. I think they're in more debt than us. I don't know, but there's this thing about registering players, and obviously Barcelona wasn't a number one choice for Rashford. They were looking at Luis Diaz from Liverpool, rejected, and Nico Williams from Atletico Bilbao, rejected. So who did they look for? They looked for Rashford, and probably the only club Rashford would take a pay cut. This is coming from Pletigo. So would you say it's bad news for Manchester United? I mean, like, we do need the funds, and where does this put Rashford in a loan move? Like what? So Rashford has a good season at Barcelona on loan, and what? Are Barcelona gonna go for him? I don't know, because normally these loan deals, they go on loan, and then when they come back, clubs don't want them because of their wages. And obviously Rashford being on 300k a week at United, I mean, Barcelona are not going to give you that. So, he obviously wants to go there. He's been waiting for Barcelona to, go for him. But obviously they've been looking at like Diaz and Nico Williams. But obviously those two wingers that have been that rejected Barcelona, it gives Rashford the pathway to the door, So I think look, what do I think about Rashford going Barcelona? I think he'll be great. Obviously the question is where would he play? If he goes on the left, then where's Rafinha and Yamal? I mean all those sorts. But I think he'll do well. I think, look, could you say a move? Like, I think him moving away to Villa, he just became, the same Rashford, if not a different Rashford, where he was full of confidence. A Rashford we haven't seen since, 2 seasons ago, in Ten Hag's first season, where he became that player he was. So yeah, you probably might say him going to another club, going abroad, he might find that confidence back. But obviously, look, a loan move for Rashford, even though we do want a permanent transfer, I mean, that's where it just gets tricky for United. I mean, you want to offload Rashford, and what if a loan doesn't work? What if a loan doesn't work for United? I mean, it's like how I mean, we've been waiting for, like, Rashford came from Villa, and then obviously we knew he wasn't going to be part of Amber's plans. But with us, buying players, bringing in incomings, it's the same with the outgoings. It's just slow. I mean, it's not like, oh wow, when it comes to incomings we're so quick, but when it comes to outgoings we're so slow. It's the same pace, even whether it comes to incomings or outgoings. It's the same, and I don't know how long this deal is gonna go for Rashford. I mean, is he gonna go for? I mean, will United let him go on loan? I mean, like, unless they probably, put a loan move, um, but with obviously a permanent transfer after that. I mean, just like what they did with Sancho when he went to Chelsea. If United do with that, then great. But I mean, are Barcelona like Chelsea? That is the question. And look, if he's gonna go on loan and he doesn't perform, I mean, then that's where you're just effed up, because you know, again, Amrin doesn't want Rashford, and we need to sell these players like Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho, and that's where the money's really gonna come from. So, we just been waiting for um, these players to go. But you know what it is as well? I mean, what? I mean, the only funds we've got from, from what do you call it? The only funds we got were from really sell-on clauses from our previous players. So like Ilanga, which we're gonna get 8 million, but obviously it's gonna be an installment, so 2 million. Alvaro Fernandez, I don't know how much, but I think it's 5 million. I don't know but I think it's 5 million or more. There's another player, but I forgot. So you're telling me the only money that came to us was through our sell-on clauses from Ilanga and Alvaro Fernandez. This just shows how shit we are off the pitch and on the pitch. It's the absolute same. And look, are we gonna wait for Rashford to go till August? Because I could see that happening. I mean, if Manchester United can bring a striker without him having a pre-season, without them coming on tour, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if outgoings like Rashford will leave United till August. So look, I mean, the question is how long is Rashford gonna be at United? Is he gonna? I don't know, because I don't see him making up with Amrin. I just find that impossible. And obviously he wants to go to Barcelona, but then again he does want to stay at United. But if he does want to stay at United, then I don't think you're gonna stay at United as long as Amrin's in charge. So but who knows in these weeks, days, or whatever, if anything good comes from it. So yeah, I want to talk about Garnacho. So obviously, most United fans know about his tweet from him wearing a Villa shirt, and obviously there's some people knobheads saying that he doesn't mean he's just supporting Rashford, and I'm thinking to myself, that's just bullshit. I'm sorry, didn't Rashford play for United? Because you know what's so amazing as well? There were so many people sorry about that. I just saw recent update. Oh my god. Great. I mean, I'm doing this pre-recorded and I mean more worse. So Gyökeres, I mean, all those people that still had hope for Gyökeres coming to United, well, you can turn that hope into shite, because that's not happening. I know it's not the Arsenal stand. I know this is an Arsenal TV, but obviously Fabrizio just even confirmed that agreement between Arsenal and Sporting for Victor Gyökeres is getting closer after new contracts today. So you just knew it. And obviously Arsenal are now willing to get closer to 17 million euros plus 10 million on add-ons, which Sporting wants. So there you go. All this nonsense from Portuguese reports about, United are going to hijack is pure shit. So, I mean, I knew it. But yeah, I mean, honestly, absolute nightmare. But yeah, as I was saying, with Garnacho, look, obviously he did that post on Rashford wearing a Villa shirt, and it's amazing because people were comparing him with Ahmad, and people were saying Ahmad was wearing a Mente shirt. And then I thought to myself, you're either stupid or you're bored. Because I never knew Mente played for Manchester United. I never knew that. Mente is a Brighton player and probably is good friends with Ahmad, but really comparing Ahmad with Garnacho, because Ahmad was wearing a Brighton shirt with Mente on it, but Garnacho was wearing a Rashford shirt with a Villa shirt. Doesn't make sense. And Rashford has played for United, Mente hasn't. So, again, and obviously, not only that, his attitude off the pitch, on the pitch, sorry, showing middle fingers, I think, post-season, and I think, I don't even know where we went. I think we went, I'm not even going to guess it, but so many fans wanted to see Garnacho play, and what does he respond with? A middle finger. An absolute middle finger. And you being there as a fan, wanting to see Garnacho play, and he just responds with that. Now, obviously, I know people are going to say Ahmad did it, but Ahmad had a reason to, because people were talking absolute rubbish about his mum. So, fair enough. I would have done it if someone was talking bad about my mum. But Garnacho, did he have a reason to do that? No, he didn't. He was doing, I don't know why he was doing that. I don't know, was that attention seeking or something? But, honestly, it's absolutely pure shite anyway. But yeah, as I was saying, Garnacho wanting to stay in the Premier League, it's just obviously, like, I know people are going to say, well, he's got no loyalty. I don't really care. It's not about... Obviously, few people were saying, oh, but he was wearing a Villa shirt. He was wearing a rival. I understand the rival part in terms of Villa being one of those teams that are going for the Champions Leagues. Because for us to get in the Champions League, we need to compete with Newcastle, Aston Villa, Brighton, and also the big five as well. So, I understand where you're getting rivalry from, but this kind of thing where, he wants to play in the Premier League, I don't know. Do you see him playing at Nottingham Forest? Absolutely not. I don't even think Forest will even give us that money anyway. I thought probably that deal for from Napoli would have. I think he would have done well at Napoli. Not sure why he didn't want to go there. Maybe obviously you want to play in the Premier League, fair enough. But where in the Premier League? Because obviously he's an academy graduate. Don't forget about this. He can't go to City and Liverpool, otherwise people are gonna slate him just like how Liverpool fans slated Michael Owen. He can't go to Chelsea because they signed Jamie Gittins. Who else? But yeah, that's it. Look, Villa. He did post a shirt of Villa. What are you trying to say? You want to go there? I don't think Villa can afford you, mate. I think Villa are having trouble with PSI anyway. So, I'm just reading this. He rejected to join Al Nassr. I don't think he even wanted to go there anyway. Look, these kind of things where he wants to go. Look, fair enough. You want to stay in the league, but it's about where he goes and how people react to it. Now, obviously, the teams I've listed for several reasons as well, but the only team that you kind of feel as realistic is probably Villa. I don't think he'll go to any other club apart from Villa. So, this is the thing with Garnacho. Where is he gonna go? Now, obviously, he's a young talent and he's probably the only player that's interested in a few clubs, but where's he gonna go? That is the question. So, that's where it is with Garnacho. It's just disappointing. You see this kid coming through. I think he made his debut against Chelsea, if I'm correct. And obviously, when Tenor was coming once Ten Hag started his season, obviously he was making cameos or whatever. But then when it came to his second season, he was becoming more of a starter, and then obviously Manu came through as well. It's just disappointing to see a player like him, and he's talented, 100% he's talented. The question is attitude as well, and this is the thing as well. It's better to be more hardworking than talented because, I mean, you can have so much talent in the world, but that would not matter. And this is why most people would be rather hardworking than talent, because you can be talented, but if you had so many red flags, not many clubs will sign for you. Not many clubs will sign for you. So, I mean, this is why I think, no matter how great Garnacho is, he does probably have a lot of red flags in him, you know. So yeah, that's with Garnacho. The longest story of all time, Mbeumo. Now, there's obviously we obviously know Manchester United have a second kit coming this week. Is it? It's the 16th, if I'm correct. Sorry about that. Oh, today's Sunday. So, on a Wednesday. So, yeah. So, United are going for releasing their away kit. And people making assumptions or predictions that when the away kit is released, they will sign in Mbeumo, which is like, wow. So we're making signings, judging on when our big announcement's gonna be. Are you serious? So you're telling me the third kit, we're gonna announce the striker on that day? Oh wow, Manchester United have started rebuilding New Trafford. What, Richard Rios is gonna come on that week as well? I mean, what's going on? What is? I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, honestly, judging on signings that you're gonna announce them when, oh my God, second kit's coming, third kit's coming, Old Trafford development is gonna be happening. I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, and you can tell by Ineos or whatever the Glazers you want to say, they're not even treating this as a club. They're just treating this as a business, because you're trying to release the kit, but you're also saying the announcement of Mbeumo on the same day as well. It just, I mean, you can't tell me that's not a business prop right there. So, it's just annoying. And obviously, look, this deal has been going on for so long. I mean, if I'm not, 42 days, I think, around, and we still haven't got him. I think what really annoyed me, I think it happened last week. Actually, this week, sorry. Out of nowhere, Tottenham signed Kudus and Gibbs White in 2 signings. And two big ones as well. In 24 hours. And we got Man United, and we can't sign Mbeumo in 42 days. This was like a slap on our cheek. The way Tottenham handled their business by just saying, and I know people are gonna say, oh, but they won the Europa League. That's why they got so many funds, and it was so easy to make the transaction payments, whatever. No. That's just not an excuse. I know we're broke, but we're not that broke that, oh my God, we need to start upping the prices, selling shareholders or whatever. Like, we're not that broke. We're not that broke. If you want to talk about that broke, talk about Barcelona. They're broke, and it's just so funny. I mean, but embarrassing at the same time that other clubs are doing businesses, and we only signed Cunha, and you're telling me that's the only business we've done. Sunderland have done more business than us, and look, obviously it's a prediction, but most likely will happen. Sunderland are more likely to get relegated, but they're making more signings than us so that they can fight for their place in the Premier League. At least they know what fight means. These owners don't know shit. So it's just funny. I mean, look. Obviously, once this Mbeumo deal will be done, I mean, people can rest. You know, people don't need to be in their sulky faces. Oh my God, when is it gonna happen? Praying to God. Oh, will it be over? Waiting for Fabrizio to say, here we go. You know, I mean, once that deal will be over, I mean, it won't be boring no more. Because it's so boring to hear about Mbeumo. Oh, he's gonna be finished this week. Oh, medical this week. I mean, how can you get a medical when there's no here he goes? It's pure waffle. Pure waff. So yeah, I know people can say, "Oh, but Brentford asking for so much more." They can do that. It's Brentford. I think Brentford might be more likely to get relegated anyway. You know, I thought initially it was Wolves because of us taking Cunha, and then Brentford with Mbeumo and Wissa. I mean, I don't know. They're losing so many players anyway, especially Thomas Frank. So yeah, what was I gonna say? So yeah, so when people say, "Oh, 60 foot," we're talking about not overpricing players, but Mbeumo's worth that much. If Elanga can be worth 55 million, if Gibbs White can be worth 60 million in release clause, if Kudus can be worth 50 million, why not Mbeumo can be 65? Mbeumo's better than those players, and the clubs that have signed those players, they've got them over the deal. And we're waiting, praying to see Brentford will ever take the money. You know, so this is on Ineos. I mean, you know, if he just gave them what they wanted, we wouldn't be in this shite position, but we are. So, you know, I mean, it's just annoying. So, but yeah. Anyway, with Mbeumo, I think it'll probably be. I don't know when we're gonna get here. We go. I mean, probably on a Tuesday, and then they announce it the next day, which is our kit release. So, you know, but these owners, they're absolute prats. They're absolute prats. How can you announce a signing on something that's an announcement anyway? I mean, what you think one announcement wasn't enough? No, we don't want one announcement's not enough. Let's get two. Let's get three. Honestly, I mean, treat it like a business. It's not a football club. It's a business, and they're making absolute profit out of it. So yeah, but don't want to talk about Mbeumo. That's just too much. It's because it's the same story. Sorry, I'm just checking. Apparently, positive injury on Onana. I mean, just talking about Onana. I mean, it wasn't my topics to be talking about, but I mean, he got hamstring. I know people get gassy. Oh, we don't need to see him being so bad in goal. At least we get to see more Bayinda. I mean, I don't wish hope on anyone getting an injury, but I mean, the question is Bayinda stepping up, and is he ready for it? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. So, I mean, apparently it was a hamstring problem, which is, I mean, he's not going to play in pre-season. There is no doubt about it. Pardon me. But, obviously seeing him, obviously him missing against Arsenal, I mean, you know what it is? You know what it is? If Bayern doesn't save a type of goal, which he should have done, I bet there's not. Normally, whenever we used to have Dean Henderson in net, and then if he didn't save it, normally people would say, "Oh, David De Gea would have said that." I don't think people would be saying, "Oh, Onana would have said that," because I mean, what? He would just make it worse somehow. So, you know, but look, obviously, I don't pray on injuries with on players, but look, like, could you say it's a massive loss? I don't know if it is. You know, I know he's our number one keeper, but come on, number one keeper, and what he's costed us so much more. It's unreal. So, I mean, it's just funny. So, but yeah, hang on a minute. I don't want to see Yoker. It's just we get it. He's signing for Arsenal. Piss off. Oh my god. How ironic is that gonna be? We wanted Gyökeres. He chose Arsenal, and now we're not gonna get him. And guess what? We're facing Arsenal, and we still have no striker. Yeah, Arsenal have a striker. Amazing, sensational. Honestly, so sensational. Manchester United should be sponsored by Sensation Crisp, because they just love making shit so great that they'll make their other rival clubs do great business. It's unreal. It's so funny. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Inacio. I don't know if this source is reliable, but then again, some Portuguese reports are not reliable anyway. But as we talk about Inacio anyway, so Manchester United are looking for Sporting star Inacio, who has a 60 million release clause. I hope this is not true. We're not saying Inacio's not a bad player. He is a great player. I'm pretty sure Amrin will get him. But you're seeing 60 million as a release clause. Like, again, we're broke. We don't have the funds. So, it's pointless, but, you know, and this is the thing. Why are Manchester United looking at centre-backs? We got so many centre-backs. I mean, let me try and count. So, Maguire, De Ligt, Martinez, Yoro, Mazraoui technically can play centre back. Aiden Heaven, Frederiksen, and I swear there was 8. Well, let's just say there was 7. But oh, sorry, Shaw. I'm sorry, I forgot Luke Shaw. But then again, it's not a shock because he's unreliable. It's almost like you forget him. Amazing, Luke Shaw. Yeah, so that's 8. So, I mean, it's just, I don't think it's really unnecessary to get Inacio. Because we got 8 centre-backs. I mean, if we sign in, 9? Where's that going to leave so much depth? You know, and we're not in Europe anymore, so there's no point in having such a great pool of centre-halves anyway. You know, because don't forget, Mazraoui can be versatile, can play centre-back and wing-back. Sure. Obviously, well, I wouldn't trust him to play left wing back anyway. His legs are gone. So, his only choice is playing centre back. And, you know, you obviously got youngsters like Heaven and Frederiksen. So, you know. But, yeah, but, I mean, is there anything to talk about Inacio? I mean, it's just, I mean, is it really like a player we should go for? I mean, 60 million. Obviously, Sporting are going to ask for a lot because he's one of their main players, but it's a good signing, but is that the signing we need right now? Like, would you prioritize over a striker, a midfielder? I mean, you know, it's just that's the question we should be asking ourselves. So, you know, but you know what? You know, I hate doing this, but forgot to mention him. What was I gonna say? I did forget to mention him because I was lost in my head. So yeah, this is what I really wanted to talk about. Richard Rios. Oh my god, I wish I watched the Club World Cup, but that's a very boring competition which no one cares about. So yeah, people have been I mean, a few United fans really do want him. Obviously, you guys would have better view on him because I haven't watched him. But what I do know is is that it brings energy. And obviously, that's not what Casemiro will give us because he's old as hell. Um, and would you say he's the perfect Casemiro replacement? I don't know. He's 25, so you can't say he's not experienced enough. But from Palmeiras, but the problem is that Roma are in the race for him as well. And the question is, will he pick us or will he not? And obviously, I think Palmeiras are valuing him at 25 million euros. So again, but this is the thing as well. This is what annoys me. We would be going for these. We would be pursuing these other targets had we not been still stuck on Mbeumo. But guess what? We have idiots that are taking charge of United. You know. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, what? I'm sorry, Sir Jim. You didn't see the fixtures and absolute crap yourself by saying, "Oh wait, we got Arsenal." Hang on a minute, Fulham. Okay, fine, minor. Burnley, we should be. Oh no, we got City and Chelsea. I mean, I was having an absolute head loss when I saw those fixtures. I mean, I went like, you know what? This league just wants us to get relegated by just giving us the toughest 5 games. You know what? You're giving us City and Chelsea. I mean, oh my god. Anyway, Richard Rios. I mean, 25 million. I mean, look. The thing is that I was looking at these 2 other midfield targets, and obviously people can say I was living in Delulu until obviously, because you look at these players and you're thinking, oh, Man United should sign them, but then you think to yourself, hang on a minute, Man United not even in Europe no more. We're broke, so how would we get them? So there were 2 midfielders that I felt like, you know what, had we won the Europa League and we would have got good funds from it, they should be going with these 2. Morten Hemmod, I definitely butchered that, from Sporting, obviously a player Amrin knows, and Palacios from Bayer Leverkusen. Now, obviously the similarities between the 2 is that they both play in a pivot too. They both play in a midfield of 2. So playing in a 3-4-3 system is not a stranger for them. They have the same attributes: creativity, great energy, relentless. What was the other one? What's similar to them as well is that they're expensive as well. You know, but I don't know how much Himmel is. I mean, how much are Sport? I think they're gonna probably ask 70 million euros, and I'm a bit surprised no other club has gone for Palacios because, I mean, Ten Hag obviously just became their manager. They've lost Wirtz, Frimpong. Surprised no one's gone for Grimaldo and Boniface. They obviously lost Jonathan Tah, and Shaka's he might be moving, so I'm a bit surprised no one's going with Palacios. But you know, had we got the money, I would have said them too, but obviously we don't. So obviously those 2 players I've said, it's obviously irrelevant, but it's a what if. What if we won the Europa League, got a lot of money and signed those players? But guess what? Even if we won the Europa League, we'd still be slow as hell, because that's just the idiots we have in charge. So yeah, that's it for today's show. Thank you guys for watching. Oh my god, it's so hot. And yeah, take care. See you in the next one.